Good morning. I'm Jenny.
Good morning, I'm Lori.
Welcome to Wake Up with Jenny and Friends. Hey, Lori.
Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Well, I'm a little upset because you said this was a morning show and you look to the nines and I have my robe on and my hair's not even done. I rolled out of bed and I always put jewelry on right before I have my coffee. It just makes me feel a little better.
I
But
love it. I love it.
you look gorgeous. Your hair's smooth. You have that beautiful top on. All right, fine,
Well,
fine.
thanks, but the secret is I'm not wearing any pants, so there you go.
Are you wearing underwear?
I cannot tell a lie. No, I'm not.
Okay. It's the
This
best way.
chair is suddenly very sticky.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, the weather's sticky. Cheers to sticky weather and sticky seats.
I know it's crazy, crazy hot outside. I mean, I don't want to complain. I love the hot weather. I actually love. I'm one of those like psychopaths that loves humidity. So I know I could just sit. I could sit outside in a lawn chair on a humid day and just melt, and I'd be happy.
What would Freud say about this?
Hmm. Yeah, that'd be a good question. What are you drinking this morning, my friend?
Well, okay. I did warn you that I was gonna have a very dramatic drink.
A
I'm gonna walk
dramatic
you through
drink.
Yes, I'm gonna walk you through the steps and try to keep it as quick as possible. But
Oh, yes, 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 you are a lover of the lengthy coffees.
the lengthy, so what it is like a beauty elixir, um, and caffeine and a enema and
Yeah.
um,
All about the enemas.
Adderall and all kinds of things inside of it. So this is where we go.
Okay.
You start out with Folgers Crystals, which is probably the bottom of the barrel for coffee.
Folder it up. Yep.
Yep. And you just stick it in hot water. So I got
Yeah.
hot water.
Yeah. So you put it in
Teaspoon.
and then the hot water, or you put the hot water and then the Folgers? What's your game plan?
So I put all the concoction in an empty cup, then dump the hot water on
Okay,
top.
gotcha. Continue.
Then I put a scoop of collagen peptides in,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
helps natural anti-aging,
Yep.
gut health, immune system, skin, hair.
Your skin and nails.
As
Yep.
you can see, the hair's on point. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I got these little things as a set. So I do a
Okay.
teaspoon of this anti-aging glow getter tonic stuff.
Yep.
Then mind over matter, which is a focus cognitive function. Then something called
Bacopa.
slay all day energy immunity booster.
Ooh.
So all that's in there. And
Yep.
then I do like a teaspoon of coconut fat. And then I do
Okay.
almond creamer. And then that's it. And then I'm not hungry for like 2 hours and I'm
And then
good.
that's it. Oh, and
And,
then that's it. Like if it's just two things, and then that's it.
and then that's it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. And then boiling the water is 8 steps. 8-step coffee. Anybody can do it.
You can't go wrong. I mean,
No, cheers. 8 steps. What do you do? What do you
um,
drink?
before I tell you what I'm drinking, is that a Taurus mug you have there, young lady?
Are you a Taurus?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh,
Taurus gang.
what's your birthday?
May 13.
See, I'm April 26th. So isn't that strange how it's
Wow.
different months? So are you
Crazy.
bullheaded? Do you like things your way? Are you stubborn? Are you all those things?
I am a passionate, generous, kind, loving, stubborn, strong woman. I'd say that. I'd say that's a good base.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not I love beautiful things and I love to do lots of like new things, but I'm not very materialistic. And I know that um that's one of the definitive things of a Taurus, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like
Yeah.
uh,
I don't know.
I
I don't
love
know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. This is what and my robe is $140 robe, but I inherited
Mm,
it from my mom. I would never, ever, ever spend the money on a good robe
mm.
until I inherited this robe. It's from UGG. Uggs, the
Oh,
company.
Uggs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't get me
And I
wrong. I like nice things. I have
yeah,
some very I have like one of the nicest things I have is a pair of very expensive shoes, which are about $400, which I absolutely love them. But I don't go out and buy them every month or every do you know what I mean?
you'll
So
have them forever.
yeah, I have them for well, I better have them forever.
Yes. Are they comfortable? Let me ask you that because are those shoes worth the money?
To me, they're Fluvogs. I don't know if you've heard of Fluvog before.
No.
Okay, look them up. You will die. They
How do you
are
spell those?
Gorgina. Fluvog, so Fluvog. Um,
B-O-G.
yeah, you can buy them online. They're all around the world, but they actually have some boutiques down here in the city.
Oh,
And it's an experience to go into one of those stores, one of those boutiques, and I love it.
are they heels?
They have a slight chunky heel. I like a chunky heel. I
Right.
I would prefer a chunky heel over like a stiletto heel. I have
Yes.
both kinds of heels. I have all kinds of heels, but um you know what I'm just realizing? This is just so fun to do the show with another woman. We're talking about heels.
Exactly. You don't normally do this with women?
Well, no, every co-host I've had has been a male, and which is great, and I love that because I'm
Yes.
generally just one of the guys. But it's a
Yes.
nice refresher to chat with another gal
And
uh,
a Taurus.
and a Taurus.
Oh my gosh. Well, cheers to you and your uterus and your if you have one. Do you have one? I lost mine a few years ago, but I still have my ovaries.
Well,
So,
well, mine's still intact, but highly underused.
oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure Michael Brown would have something to say about that.
Oh my God. Our good friend Mike.
Mikey Brown. Now,
Uh,
now, yeah, he's not full guy, so you had a little bit of both whenever you were co-hosting him. Let's be honest. He could go
well,
either
those
way.
salmon pants were questionable. Did you vote pink or salmon?
Salmon.
Okay, thank you. Good. Good for you. Good on you. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Pink was not
Salmon.
even I don't even know where pink came from. Pink was not even an option. But I didn't know where when I was sent that photo, I wasn't sure where to avert my the ocular region because I just glanced at it and salmon, 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 and salmon.
I think I think he stuck a salmon in his pants, and that's what he means. I mean, I don't know who he's kidding, but immediately I messaged him. I said, that's a thirst trap, and I don't know what you're trying to do, but that's a salmon in the pants for me.
Oh
I
my gosh, that I wasn't I was a little taken aback by it at first instance.
he's a
But
heartbreaker, that kid. I don't
oh,
get it.
oh yeah, he is. And the whole guitar singing on the lives. I mean,
Oh,
come on, come on,
see, see,
come
heartbreaker, that kid.
on.
I just can't even take it.
NSYNC has no chance
No
around.
chance. This boy, he's a boy. He's 30. I don't know how old you are, and you don't have to tell me, but to me, he's a boy.
He's a
He's
boy.
just he's just coming
Just
into
a
his
wee lad.
manhood.
A wee
What's
lad.
that?
Just a wee
Yeah,
lad.
wee lad. Yeah, he's a wee lad.
How was your weekend?
Oh Jesus.
He was
What did
there,
I
eh?
do? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Where was I? Oh, I went to my hometown's 45 minutes from me. So I went there for my nephew's birthday party and I got to visit a good friend that I grew up with. So, and
Very
then the weekend
nice.
goes so fast.
I know, it really does. Don't I'm a big proponent of the 3-day weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should all have them.
I don't know why we don't.
I okay, settled.
Two is we sealed that deal.
Done and done.
Ooh,
Put that in your coffee and smoke it.
there's no room in my coffee. I could put a shot of Bailey's or something in there, but there's no room.
Oh my gosh, I haven't had Bailey's since I was 12. No, that's a lie. I haven't had no, since I had a sip of Bailey's, I think probably when I was like 17 or 20, something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah.
I've heard people put it in their coffee. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yours,
We used to give it to my nana when she was sick. She had Parkinson's disease, and she reached a point where she refused to eat. So we would tell her that the Ensure was, a shot of Bailey's. So
oh my
and
gosh.
then she would just, like, lap that up like a good
Oh,
Labrador retriever.
yes,
So
I'm getting I'm getting the Baileys. Oh
yeah.
my gosh. And
Yeah.
you're still drinking the dandelion tea, or aren't you?
Yeah, I have. So one of our sponsors, Rampage Coffee, sent some gorgeous, gorgeous coffee. They have amazing, fresh roasted, 4 different blends of coffee, and I've been having some of that. But I've been balancing it out with my dandelion, my acorn, roasted acorn blend, just to keep a little bit of a balance because I was near up to like 3, 4 some odd cups a day, and
Oh, okay.
it was a bit much. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
bit much. I was starting to see a few little grays pop up, so
mm,
I thought, "Okay, let's just gotta tone it down a little bit. So I backed off, I've balanced it out. I'm drinking about 50% less coffee, so the color is coming back. Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Your hair looks good. I'm sure it affected your sleep too.
Well, if you mean, did I get any? No, I don't ever sleep. No. So yeah.
I don't sleep either. My mind is always running. Is it maybe
Always
it's a
running.
Taurus thing?
I
Maybe it's a
know. I know. Like people could ask me what I'm doing on a Monday and I'll say not much. And then by Tuesday they're like, "What are you up to?" And I'm like, "Well, I just wrote 3 books and they're on Amazon."
oh,
Literally. That's why when people ask me, "So, what do you got planned for the day?" Don't ask me that. Like don't
right.
ask me what my plans are. I don't know.
Oh my God. When I figure it out, I'll tell you.
Shit will just happen and there you go.
There you go. Fine. And then it's done. And 3 books stamped, and then I'm not doing shit for 2 more weeks. Right? That's how I am. I'm just like, I'm all in. I'm
Mhm.
110% or
Mhm.
zero. That's it. I can't.
Yep.
So uh, if I'm drinking hard. If I'm being healthy, I'm being healthy hard.
Mhm.
You know, it's just I need to find balance, and I don't know if that's just our signs, like our Taurus in us, or what. I just can't find a balance. I've tried. I've
When
tried.
I love hard. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Orlando. I'm
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 all
a I'm
in,
100, as you say, 110 all in.
all in, and then they put 110 in you, or
Well,
or or three
here's
three and
hoping.
ten, 3 tenths.
Yeah.
It's too early for this, isn't it?
It's
I'm
too
sorry.
early for this nonsense.
I apologize.
Oh my gosh, things are starting to open up,
Oh yeah,
around the town, around the city, and, you enjoy
yeah,
outdoor stuff?
yeah. So I'm in the States. I'm in Pennsylvania.
Are you now?
Yeah, or yeah, yeah. But it seems like all my friends now are Canadian from TikTok. That's where
Mm.
I don't know. I
Why
must
did I
be.
think you were in Halifax?
I don't know because I
No.
I claim to be Michael Brown's mother. That's
That's
why.
right, that's right. You guys do those videos, those
Yes,
mom and son videos.
yes, we do. So in Pennsylvania, it's opening up, and we live 5 minutes from a water park. So the
Right?
water park's just like the rolls. They said, you know what happened in 2019? Yeah, it's the same as 2019. So everything like the water park, nobody's wearing a mask. There's no like half how do you say that word?
Occupancy.
Occupancy. Yeah. So it's full on, which is
Nice.
weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nice though.
Yeah, but you guys are still like lockdown, right?
Well, we
Okay.
are well, so our government's kinda got a slap on their wrist, and they're starting to open stuff up, and, but, you never know. It could change from moment to moment, but, regardless of what the rules are, people just don't give a shit anymore, so
Right.
where everyone's doing their own thing, nobody's even wearing masks anymore, like, nope, like, we're just so over it, And with all the conspiracy stuff that's coming out and with all the leaks of these so-called emails and
Right.
the masks, and I'm like, which is kind of makes me laugh a little bit because I'm not I'm not an anti-vaxxer and I'm not an anti-masker. I'm a pro me. So I'll
Right.
do what works for me and I respect what other people want to do for what works for them.
Yes.
I I don't wear a mask. One for medical reasons. I just
Yes.
don't. And another cuz I just don't think that it's really the crux of the necessity of what we're going through. I think common sense, proper hygiene, you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
things like that are much more heavily weighted and much more important
Yes.
to be mindful of than going around with a fucking thing on your face 24/7. You can't breathe and you're like, but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So I just thought it
Yeah.
was kind of a little funny when this email came out from Fauci
Yeah.
saying that these masks are not effective in protecting the droplets, right?
Yeah.
These
Y-
microbes and droplets and what
Right.
have you.
Right.
Whatever was in the email. I
Yeah.
just kinda I just kinda thought, told you."
Yeah. 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 It's a weird time, and I'm kind of glad we've lived in this time, especially because nobody I know has died of it, thank goodness.
Mm,
But
yeah.
we're going to be able to look back, and our kids, or or nieces and nephews, whatever, be like, we were part of that, and that was a weird situation. So
Mhm,
hopefully it's just kind of not, it's never going to be over, but it's always going to be
mhm.
there in some kind of way, I'm assuming. I don't know, what the hell do I know?
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 years and 5 years, the progression of this, because with the vaccine rollouts and wanting to make it mandatory, and some people wanna make it mandatory, some countries don't. Some
uh
countries wanna have that vaccine passport, which I think is just ridiculous to make people have a passport.
yes, I
To
think so
I
too.
think that's crazy. I think you start doing that, and then you're gonna have like, why not have a passport for people who have other diseases? And is that anyone's business? Like, I just think we're tipping our toes into sort of dangerous broader waters there.
I think so too. Do you remember the old movie Parenthood? Not the TV show, but the old movie
With
Parenthood.
Steve Martin?
Yes.
Yes, I remember the kid lost his retainer in that movie.
Oh, yes, and he
Yeah.
freaked out. He had, like,
Mm.
that might have been the beginnings of ADHD or something like that. Like,
Mm.
the kid didn't he had something wrong with him. But anyway,
Yeah.
I remember do you remember Keanu Reeves in that movie?
Yeah, he was the boyfriend of the girl.
The wild girl,
Yeah,
and
the
he
wild
was the
girl.
wild boy. But
Yeah.
he said something very smart. He said, "You have to have a license to fish. You
Mhm.
have to have a license to drive a car, but you don't have to have a license for the most important thing." And this just what you were saying about the passport and having the vaccine. You don't have to have a license to be a parent,
Mm.
to parent a child.
Yep.
You don't have to take classes. You don't have to do, you know what I mean? So that goes another thing. Like, let's get back to what's important. Mental health.
Mm.
Mental health is super important,
One hundo. Yeah.
and maybe making it not so easy to get married and easier to get divorced.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You know what I mean? Like, you you can get married like this, but to get
Yeah,
divorced is a whole thing. So let's take it
yeah.
back and not focus so much on vaccines, which is important, but let's put
Well,
our
again,
energies.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I think some vaccines are very important. I think,
Yeah,
if it wasn't for losing 100 dogs, 100 years ago, that we wouldn't have insulin for people with diabetes. And, I think that there's some things that are very important to have, and some have sort of gone through the necessary measures to be an effective vaccine. I mean, if
yeah,
I had a child today, I wouldn't think twice about getting them the MMR vaccine,
yes,
which I
yes,
think are just standard, and I don't personally have a problem with that, and I would much rather they have them than not. My concern and my contention with this particular vaccine is just that it just seems to be such an underlying um motivation for how it's come about, why it's come about, where it's going, what it's doing to people. And I
Mhm.
just don't think we have enough assayed information, enough clinical information that is factual and truthful, um,
Right. We have
across the
too much
board.
information. In my opinion, we have
Yeah.
too much, right? Like when they were developing these other vaccinations,
Mhm.
you didn't have the internet. You didn't have everybody who's a doctor because you go on WebMD and that kind of thing, right? So
Mm, mm,
now
mm.
they had the newspaper and they had the news. Maybe, not even probably. I don't know. But yes, too much information, not enough solid scientific good information.
Yeah, and the time frame just isn't there. I mean, the vaccines that we've had around forever, are somewhat more trustworthy because they've been around for forever.
Right. Right.
So I mean, there really aren't a whole lot of side effects to, and if there are, it's very minuscule in the big scheme of things. But
Yes.
anywho, I just think that there's we'll never be privy to the truth. We'll never be privy to the information that the government is. If we always say if we could be a fly on the wall, right? So, and
Yeah.
that's the truth. And we have to just make the best of what we have available to us. But I'm a little concerned with this mandatory business of having a vaccine because I think
Yeah. Yeah.
when we start to get into that, then we start to just become robots and like, what the hell's the point?
Exactly. Yes, I agree with you there. Look at us. Look at us. Look at two women. I mean, I've seen your show. It's usually hence why I didn't dress. I thought this was like a goofy situation. And look at look at us Tauruses just
I love the Madonna esque vibe.
oh well,
I
I'm
do. I
really
love it.
hot because this robe, it's like 80 degrees in here. And so this I do there's no nipple that's gonna show. I'm just
Oh God.
okay.
I
I'm just telling
I've
you.
added extra padding for myself because mine are everywhere. So
Well, right. Well, mine are nowhere. I mean, well, they look like two deflated balloons. So, oh, I don't even know. I
I
don't even.
actually wore for the very first show. I we wore robes. Jay and I wore robes. Very
Oh, right,
first
because
show.
it's the morning.
Yeah, and then another show a little further on, we actually redid the robes again. So sometimes we wear shows. It just it just depends. I mean, sometimes I like I get up in the morning and I think, I'll try today.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
shower and put on
We'll
a piece
see.
of clothing.
Right.
You know, I mean, let's give it a whirl, see what happens. You know,
Can I ask you a question? I know this is
you
off
really
our.
can. Yeah.
Okay. So, and if this is too much, we'll just move on. But I'm 43 years old, and I shaved my vagina for the first time last night. For the first time. Okay. Now, I have always kept hair on. I have a lot of bones to pick about this topic
Okay.
because it's literally
Okay. One.
okay. Oh wait, should we not continue this? Let's
Oh, we're continuing.
okay, okay, good because I need
Okay,
another woman to
one,
talk
I
to.
just want to make mention. I've just just replenished my budget, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
For the
Well, I
show.
won't be swearing. I hope not to swear, and I won't say, okay, go ahead.
Number two, I think I just found my new best friend.
Uh, it's gonna be us
Now
two.
let's continue with the shaved vaginas. Continue.
Okay, okay. So up until when I started growing hair,
Hmm.
I just trimmed it. I shaved the sides, okay?
Okay.
Because anything that would hang out of your bathing suit.
Not
And then
yeah.
I got a
Gross.
little bit older and I waxed it really tight, but not the whole thing.
Not the whole thing. Okay.
No, because
Okay.
I read somewhere, and I would still keep it neat, but I read we hold pheromones in our pubic hair. So if you want
Okay.
to
Yep.
be attractive to the opposite sex, it's not just this, they want to.
Yeah.
And the reason why people are having a hard time connecting before COVID is because everybody's taking off all their pubic
Um. Okay. I don't know if we could trust that 100% as
Yeah.
facts.
Right. I read it, and I didn't read it. It wasn't stamped and notarized, but I read it somewhere, and I always just I want to be as attractive as possible in the most weirdest, strangest ways.
Well, you are very attractive. You're a beautiful girl. What are you worried
Well,
about?
no, I just thank you, but I just want to be. My mom always says, "How does such a pretty girl make such ugly faces?" Like I'm a clown. Like I'm weird,
Is she
and so
looking at your vagina when she's saying
yeah.
that?
Well, she wouldn't be able to see it up until this point. Maybe I should FaceTime her.
So I always I want nothing more in life than to get laser hair removal,
Okay. Okay.
and that my underarms and my are going to be the first to go.
To go.
Yeah, I I used to always wax, and I would do the whole thing. I would do the whole
Okay.
thing. Yeah,
The
for
whole
sure.
thing.
The whole thing, soup to nuts, front to back. Yeah, crack to crack.
Rooter to tooter. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the lady that I went to go see, she moved away. So, and I'm not a big, how do I say this? I'm not super comfortable with just like
Just anybody.
spread eagle for just any old, you know,
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm very particular about the stuff that I use. Like, I would always have my own pot of wax. Like, I wouldn't go and she wouldn't be using the same thing that she dipped in to use on something. No, no,
Right. Right. Right.
no, we don't do that. No, no,
So
no.
once you found your girl, your person, then she left, you're like, I don't know what to do about this. I don't want to trust anybody else.
Exactly, and it's just there's a technique to doing it really well, and
Mhm.
it's just a whole
Mhm.
thing. So then I started shaving, and so I just shave now. But like as you get older and a little like, yeah,
Less
I'm
bendy.
not a fucking contortionist, like I'm not like, I mean, if there's a little like stray little hairs there, and I mean, whoever I'm with is just gonna have to be like okay with that, because like I'm not willing to break my back to get rid of
Right.
it all. But however, I would love them to break my back in the process.
Break your back, rearrange your guts. Yes. Choke me, daddy. I've learned all this from
Ding ding
TikTok.
ding ding.
Yeah. I've learned all this from TikTok. I'm like, what are they talking about? Because I'm an older generation. I'm not old, but it's an older generation. So, okay, so you're used to seeing your bird. I
Mm,
call it a bird. You're
mm.
used to seeing it bare.
Bear birdie, yep.
Okay, so this is my dilemma.
But now let me say, oh, sorry, I just
Yes,
knocked you out of the park here. Let me say, I also think it looks really nice when it's just like it's well groomed. Like
yes,
you can have a like a strip or like a little thingy, like a triangle, like
yes,
as long as it's like trimmed and nice. Like I still think that looks nice, but like as you said, on the sides and then the inside and like around and like
yes,
the trunk, like let's just
yes,
yeah.
yes. So I'm actually a licensed esthetician, and I
Ooh.
waxed so many people. I worked in a spa for 10 years almost, and so
Mhm.
I waxed a lot. But so I know how to wax myself, except that certain area that's really painful, and then you can't
Yes.
pull, like it's just difficult. So
It's
anyway,
hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I decided last night, that's it. I'm getting rid of all of it. So I waxed as much as I could up
Yep.
until the top of the triangle, like that
Yep.
piece right there. If you want me to draw you a picture, I can. Um,
We're good.
okay. Okay. Oh yeah, visuals. That's one thing. Okay. So I haven't seen my bird since I've been 12.
Wow, how was that experience for you?
It's changed so much. The
Mm.
color's different. The shape is different.
Is she wrinkly?
She's well, if you would just let me draw you a picture, I can show you the younger version.
Are they more beef curtains, or are they more
It's just like, oh, I explained it today as it looks like a flat tire that's been sitting in the sun.
Oh, Lori.
I'm sweating now.
Oh
And
my
I
god.
don't like what I'm seeing. I mean, and when I say colored, it's not green or anything. It just goes from
If
a
it's
nice,
green, you got a different kind of problem.
there's something else going on.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I was younger, it was nice and fresh and pink toned, and now it's just losing its luster. It's like an
Mm.
old rusty penny.
Well, you can get what do they call them? A rejuvenation. You can get
Yeah,
those vagina facelifts.
yeah.
You can
What
do
about
that.
in steaming it? I could steam out the wrinkles.
You could well, I mean, do you have one of those handheld irons?
No, I have. Well, yeah, I have a big one, but it would be too hot.
Yeah, doesn't Gwyneth Paltrow do the
Yes,
vacuum? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
She thinks it's all
I'm a bit
great.
of a rubbernecker when it comes to her. We have not even gotten into the show. This is fabulous. Yeah.
No,
We have a great show, by the way, for anyone who's listening and
yeah.
watching. We have a whole lineup and we're gonna get to it in just a minute.
We
We're
might not
just
have
gonna
time
talk
for
about our
all of it,
vaginas
but
for 2 more seconds.
yeah, can we just talk about our vaginas? Thank you.
I'm kind of a rubbernecker with her because she kind of annoys me, but at the same time, I wanna see what she's talking about, like what she's saying or the products she's showing because
Yeah,
her whole goop and her whole product line is it's just fucking ridiculous. It's like it's like a spatula for $2,000. Isn't that a great deal?
right.
No, bitch, I can get it
Yeah,
online for 6 cents from eBay. Like
exactly. Well,
what?
I feel the same about Drew Barrymore, except her stuff's a lot more affordable, but just their aura just annoys me. I like Drew Barrymore back when she was 13, getting drunk, snorting coke, and all that stuff. Like way more fun, but
Mm,
you know,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's the 80s. I can't control that. Maybe it was
Oh
the
god, the
90s.
80s. Love the 80s.
Oh, I
Anywho,
love the 80s.
let's we have a fabulous show.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some trends, some guilty pleasures, play a few games. We have our 3-question draw, and
Mhm.
rumor has it, madam, you have a tip of the day.
I have so many tips.
Just the tip.
I have
Um,
many, many tips. I'll stick to just one.
yeah,
But yes.
we let's start with our trends. So, what was the trends of 2021 that blew your mind?
Okay. So these trends might probably started earlier. So I apologize if they aren't 2021, but I'm still cracked about mom jeans, mullets for men. Like it was mullets I know mom jeans has been like maybe 2 years, right?
Yeah, the reoccurrence of the mom gene, the heavy, the highly hiked. Yeah.
I was taught to never look like my mother. You
Yeah.
know what I
Oh
mean? Like,
God, that would be. I am doing everything I can to not go. If I get one inkling of that,
yeah,
nope.
nope,
Switch it up. Switch it
right.
up.
But now these young girls want to look like they have more bulk than they do.
I don't know. I don't know. Is that attractive? Is a fat pussy attractive? Like is a fupa a thing? Like is it like do guys roll up on a chick and go, "Whoo, look at that
Like
junk in the front."
that chunk in the front.
Because I come from it now. I again, no hating on any size or shape. Like I have a little bit of a tummy myself as well, and all that is. But for me, I've always strived to have like a taut, fit, flat stomach.
My grandma wore 2 girdles and she always said, don't let one lump show. You can have lumps, but you're not allowed to let them show. According to my grandma, she wore 2 full-on girdles.
I agree with you. The mom jeans are mind
In the
blowing.
male mullets, I can't. Is anybody getting laid? I can't.
I can't even. I don't even. Who ever thought that was a good idea?
I
I know.
guess that happened in COVID when COVID started.
Mm.
But I don't know of any trends. I've been seeing some crimped hair coming back.
Oh, the crimped hair. Yes, the hair crimper. That was a big thing in the 90s, I think.
Yeah, and maybe a little in the 80s, but this I just have seen recently on
Mhm.
TikTok a lot of girls with crimped hair.
I thought these you may have seen them, a lot of the girls brought them at the award shows, but these tiny purses, those little
Oh,
tiny Fabu purses, like, what the fuck do you put in there? A Wish? What do you put in there? What is the point of
a
carrying that?
their snack of air. Oh, probably some cocaine. I don't know if you're allowed to say
Oh,
cocaine.
well, that's the only thing that's gonna fit in there.
Yes,
I
I don't
mean,
understand that.
you can't even put a cell phone in there. I don't know, and they're like $2,000 or $4,000 for these tiny little I'm like, a Ziploc bag is bigger. Those sandwich Ziploc baggies are bigger than that purse.
What is the deal?
Ridiculous. Another thing that blew my mind this year was, again, just bringing it back to the mask thing for a little bit,
Yeah.
those freaking face shields. The face shields,
Oh, yeah.
really, like, there was a band around your head and you'd have the flip down fucking
Yes.
clear
Yes.
let me tell you, there is oh my god, God bless her. There is a woman that works at a grocery store near me, and I literally just want to punch her in the face.
You
Just
wanna take it and snap it? Do you ever get your boss
oh, I
when
just
you
want to punch
record?
her in the face in a loving, kind way.
Oh,
I just want to like massage her frontal fascia with my
oh,
fist.
oh my.
Because
Okay.
she just looks ridiculous. She's got 2 masks on. She's got a face shield.
Whoa.
She's got a smocky thing, like she's in some sort of hazmat fucking like, this isn't like, we're not testing Rhesus monkeys here, okay? But, like,
Wow. That's
and then she's
crazy.
behind a plexiglass frame. I'm like,
That's out of control. That's crazy.
"That's too much." Like, it's
It's
too like, I'm questioning your mental stability at this point.
there you go. You're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Like,
No.
that just blew my mind, and the last thing that I thought was crazy was and I am fascinated every time I see one of these videos, is the TikTok made me buy it products.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Like, the life hacks and all the, like,
Oh, yeah.
they tend to be a certain genre of videos, but these products are like, I'll be watching this and this, like, the screwdriver will turn into a thing to paint your wall, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I need
Oh, I
that."
haven't seen those. I just saw
Like,
the leggings. I always see those
oh, the
leggings.
leggings, yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's all
So,
kinds of contraptions and things on there that I just blow my mind. I'm like, "Huh."
have you ever tried any of them?
I bought the leggings suck, don't pay more than $20 for them if you do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They don't give you the bum, you have to have the bum to put in them. I've got a bum, but it's not quite up there as it used to be.
Not juicy.
It's more
Like
landscape, if you will.
like my vagina. You're
Like,
describing my
I have a vagina butt, yeah.
like that's what happened. Flat. I
Um,
don't want to talk about it, but go ahead.
I don't wanna talk about it. And I'm sure I've tried a few more things, but I can't remember, but yeah, but,
Yeah.
um, but those are kind of a little, guilty pleasures. But speaking of guilty pleasures, what are your
Yes.
3 guilty pleasures TV-wise?
TV shows. Okay. For the longest time, and I watched the first season of Real Housewives.
Ooh.
And the first season was Real Housewives of Orange County. I've been
Mhm.
watching it ever since. I think it's been 15 seasons. I don't know if that equals 15 years. I love it. I love it. It's total trash and I still watch it.
Yeah, love it.
Do you watch it?
I've seen it. I think the first year it was out, the first year or 2 it was out, I saw it, and I think, I did enjoy it, but
Yeah.
I kinda lost track of, I'm not a huge TV watcher anymore as an adult, uh,
Yes.
especially in the last couple years, but, yeah, I have seen it. I love the Kardashians.
I do love them, but I can only take their voices for so long.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
try and I'm like, that's it, because they're fascinating to me, but
mhm.
their voices and probably well, Kim's and oh,
Courtney.
Courtney.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
Very nasally, I find.
Very nasally, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm
Very,
done.
very nasally and very um aloof.
Yeah, they're just very like they're almost on Xanax or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
And
okay,
they look
all
too
right.
good. And that was fascinating in the beginning when they
Yeah.
looked perfect, but now you're like, come on. You can't look like that all the time.
I know. Gosh, and have you seen Kim without makeup? She's gorgeous.
Yeah, on her, she does her own makeup, like on YouTube, her own. She'll do them herself, and she does. Yeah, she does. She looks
She looks
great.
beautiful without makeup. And I like a natural look always. I think it looks
Yeah.
so much better on people. But makeup looks beautiful too. But I often think that people like look really, really nice naturally too.
Yes, of
So
course.
my other guilty pleasure is the extreme oh, for the love of God.
Sorry. Oh, did I? Oh, I am also wearing these shorts. Show you.
There we go.
Okay. Sorry.
um, I also love the extreme couponers.
Oh, I've never watched that because it would make me feel bad about not couponing.
Oh, I loved that show. Love that show. It's so addictive. And it's so crazy to think like you could like make money off of couponing.
I'm just a little shiny. I'm just gonna take the shine down. I can't stand looking at myself,
Oh my
but I can't.
gosh, you look
But I
fine.
can't take the robe off, can I? I mean, the robe's part of the show. I don't know. Maybe I'm sweating over here.
See,
I
this
don't
is
know
the
what.
difference between co-hosting with a female is that none
As
of
I
the guys
stop
have
and
ever powdered their nose.
I'm like, hold on, I got a powder. Oh, geez. Okay,
um,
so couponing, yeah.
yeah, and then the last one for me is Who's the Boss reruns.
Oh, I love Who's the
Yeah,
Boss. I love
I had the
it.
biggest effing crush on Tony Danza. I
Oh, yes, Scott
I
Baio,
still
right?
do. I still do. I still look at him and go, I would love
He's
to have dinner with you.
yeah. Oh my goodness. He aged well though.
Yeah, he's getting a little smaller frame though. He's getting a little tiny, little thin.
Little
But,
scrawny.
a little bit, just because he was always so muscular, right? He was always the
Yeah,
muscular guy. But he still looks great. You're right. Yeah, yeah,
he
absolutely.
does. So
Did,
I used to be really into television, and
mm.
then TikTok came around and took all my TV shows away, basically. And then it shrunk my attention span. That's what it did.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So
yes.
then I got bored with that, and somebody introduced me to. So my guilty pleasures are Real Housewives, TikTok, and ChatterBait is my new one. And I'm telling you this
Hmm.
because it is a guilty pleasure, and it's embarrassing to say. Do you know what ChatterBait is?
No, what is
Well,
it?
you've seen TikTok lives, right?
Yeah,
Like
I've
different
I've
lives on.
done many of the lives. Yes.
Okay, so you do TikTok lives.
Yeah,
I'm
my
gonna have
lives
to.
must be
I
epic.
don't. I don't even think we follow each other on TikTok. What's going on here?
Well, that's fucking rude, Lori.
That is rude. Do you follow me? Because my name's different on TikTok. I don't even have. Anyway, we're gonna follow each other after this.
Yeah.
Anyway, and possibly duel. So it's like live TikTok live, but pornography,
Okay. Hence the
and
bait.
you get to go right chatter bait, and then you get to go, and you don't have to register a name, a profile name. You don't
Uh-huh.
have to
We've
sign up
just
for
lost
anything.
about 50% of our listeners right now because all the men are just going over to, so we'll
Oh
just take a brief intermission because the men are just I can think of one man in particular right now.
no! Oh
Who's going out
no!
to go and check it out right now.
Oh no! Well, I should have saved it for the end, but it's so
No.
fast.
But so it's actually so it's like so you're like you're watching porn and you chat interactive chat?
You have to, if you want to interactive chat with them, it's
Mm.
usually, well, I watch the couples. You can go to singles, you can go
Mhm.
to men
Mhm.
or women by
Uh-huh.
themselves. But in order to be able to chat, you have to have a username. So
Okay.
you have to register.
Register, sure.
But you could just go in, and the interesting thing about them, it's just people watching for me, and sometimes it turns into something else, but it's so
Mhm.
bizarre to me. And that they're doing certain things for tips. Okay, so they will only do, so
Hmm.
let's just say a guy and a girl start making out, and then they want to go the whole way, they block the screen, make it black, and in order to continue watching,
Uh-huh.
you got to pay a certain price.
Wow, what's the
But
most
up
you've ever
until,
spent?
no, I'm the loser in the background that when those black up screens go, I go to a different room. But there's been some rooms that are so ridiculous that you're like, I can't believe this is going on. Like,
That's crazy
guys,
that our world is like this now. Like, I mean,
yeah,
just it's everywhere. Everywhere. There's just so many
it's just how
options
you're getting your
for
entertainment.
especially men out there now. It's just like, how do you have to have a really strong guy to be like committed and faithful, and you know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah. I
So,
I just think it's extremely distracting for a lot of people. Yeah.
yes, I'm very concerned about my son whenever he gets older,
Well, and this
and
is it too. Yeah. Yeah.
he gets to see it whenever it's in his pocket.
Mhm. Well,
When I
and
was
that's the thing,
growing up,
it's so
right?
accessible. That's what I mean
Yep.
by that. It's so accessible. I mean, we've like I've watched it. I watch it. It's like not that particular thing, but I've watched porn before. It's like
I'll send you the
everybody's
link.
watched it. There's nothing wrong with there's what?
I'll send you the link.
Just one second here.
Just once, just one time.
There's nothing wrong with watching it. It's just that it's just so accessible, and
Hmm.
that's my like my
And not realistic, not realistic of
not
what,
realistic. Yeah.
because back in my day, you had to find somebody, an older brother, to get you a magazine. And back in the day when I was a young girl, women weren't getting pornography at all. But when
Mhm.
I'm speaking from a guy's point of view,
Yeah.
that they had to know somebody to get a magazine or a catalog from Sears or whatever.
Yeah.
And the actors in those films or on the paper looked a certain way.
Mhm.
You knew that they were, those are porn stars, and I'm not saying porn stars aren't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
marryable, but you know what I mean. But now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a certain certain look to them, and
a certain look, but
a
now
stigma, I guess.
it's
Yeah.
the girl next door, and the girl next door might not want that, what you're seeing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just setting up weird.
Yeah, it sets up an expectation almost
Mhm.
for
Uh-huh.
I think if yeah, I get where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Um so who's the boss?
Yes.
And yours were Real Housewives, Twitter,
Tik
and
TikTok and Chatterbait.
Chatterbait. Gosh, 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 gosh.
I know.
Well, let's move on to our little game called Kiss Killer Punch. And I haven't played this game before. And so
Oh,
I'm excited to see how it goes. Um,
yes.
yes, so I've seen it played. I've seen it played, and I don't know what to expect. I don't know what you have on board, but
Okay.
maybe I'll go first, and then we'll just play off of that. So,
Okay.
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 So Kiss Killer Punch. Would you rather Kiss Killer Punch Trump, Obama, Trudeau?
Trudeau.
Kiss Killer Punch.
And I'm going to sound real stupid. Who's Trudeau? Isn't
Uh,
that terrible?
Justin Trudeau, our prime minister.
Oh, well,
Mhm.
I wouldn't know that because I'm American. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Well,
mean,
now that I know that you're American and you're not from Halifax, that would make sense to me. You wouldn't know that.
so we're going to throw him into the spot wherever the other two, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I want to,
Mhm.
oh, geez, this is different than Shag, Marry, Kill. My goodness. Shag, Marry, Kill is much nicer than this game.
Mhm.
Okay. Kill Trump. Jesus. Um,
Okay.
Kiss Obama and punch. Is it Trudeau? You said
Trudeau.
Trudeau.
Yeah.
Trudeau.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
Lord. All right, you ready for this one? Oh
Okay,
my
I'm
God,
ready. Ready.
you're not ready.
Mhm.
Michael
What's that?
Michael Brown. Okay.
You're gonna laugh at my
Tommy
next.
Tommy the Situation
Yeah. Uh-huh.
and Stephen Delaire. Is it Delaire?
Oh God, why did you have to fuck me so royally? I'm okay. Well, the next one, I mean, it's
Dead
goes
meat.
around, comes around. So I mean, karma's coming at you the next round.
Okay. I'm
Okay, so we've
sorry.
got Mike, Tommy, and Steve. Fuck's
Yes.
sakes. Um, okay, let's pretend that none of them are gonna listen to this, so
Yeah.
we're not being held accountable for any of this, and there's no hard feelings at all.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I kiss killer punch. Fudge. I would I would punch Mike. And let's just go on who I've known longer. I have to say, I'll just purely out of just, seniority. I'd kiss Tommy and I'd kill Steve. I'm sorry, Steve. I know we have plans this weekend. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I knew it was going to be a good one. I knew.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, oddly enough, here we go. Kiss killer punch. Me, Mike, and Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Always kill Steve. If Steve is ever in the mix, I'm going to kill him every time.
Okay. So, all right.
Um, I'm going to punch Mikey and I'm going to kiss Jenny. I'm gonna kiss you.
Aw.
You look like you have good lips, so
You know what? I love my lips.
you have great lips.
Thanks.
Cheers to your lips.
Cheers to lips. The ones on our
Mhm.
face. Mhm.
Yeah, uppers and lowers.
Uppers and lowers. Kiss killer punch. Oh no, it's your turn. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. Okay, kiss killer punch, Joey, Chandler, or Ross?
Okay. I would kiss Chandler.
Ooh,
I would punch Joey and I'd kill Ross.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you a Friends fan?
I was when I was in high school and I watched it, but
Yeah.
it kind of annoys me now because
It-
there's so much friends. It's everywhere. It's kind of annoying, and a lot of the voiceovers have been used on TikTok, and it's so repetitive. And I'm like, ugh. I'm not the type of person that loves to go with the crowd or do things that are mainstream. I like to be unique and different and do my own thing, and so
yeah,
the whole repetitiveness of that just kind of like killed it for me.
I don't
But
blame you.
Kiss Killer Punch. Adam Sandler, the Stay Puff Marshmallow Man,
Okay.
or your high school principal.
Hmm. Let's see. High school principal, probably kill. I have no use for him. He might be dead, so who knows?
Well, there you go. 2 for 1.
2 for 1. I would probably punch Adam Sandler and kiss Marshmallow Man because it would taste good.
Nice.
Interesting.
I respect that. Yep.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a lot of respect for that. Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Kiss, kill, punch Joe Jonas, Nick Jonas, and Kevin Jonas.
Oh my God, that's a crapshoot. They're all kind of. Who's
So
the
do you
hot
know
one?
the
Who's the hot one? The hot one is
Okay, so the heartthrob is Joe. The
Joe.
edgy one is Nick, and the old one is Kevin.
Mm.
The one that's not as attractive.
Who's the
is
one
Kevin.
married to what's her face?
Oh shit.
That the actress. She's East Indian.
That's Nick.
Okay, so I'd kiss him.
I think Nick was in that band that sang Cake by the Ocean.
Okay, so I'd kiss him.
Okay.
I'd kiss him because Yeah.
Oh,
Kisses.
you like them edgy.
Um, and I would kill the older one because he's just really annoying. And then
Yeah.
so I'd punch the middle one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Joe, you would punch Joe.
I'd punch Joe. Yeah, sorry, Joe. Mm,
Okay.
mm.
We need to say sorry to poor Steve. We both
Poor
chose.
Steve. He got killed twice.
I haven't watched his episode yet. Is it up?
It's not up yet. It'll be up in a few weeks.
Okay, good. I'm
Yeah, I'll let you
excited.
know. Yeah, I am too. That was a really great show. It was really fun. It's really
Oh,
fun.
good.
So, yeah.
Good.
Let's move on to our 3-question draw.
All right.
Question number 1 for you, miss. If you
Mhm.
could be any one person for a day, dead or alive, who would you be?
Oh, probably Marilyn Monroe. I would really like to know what happened, what was going through her head
Mhm.
whenever whatever went down.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like she just seemed tortured, but she was beautiful. I'm very fascinated by beauty, ugly beauty. Like,
Yes, I know what you mean.
you know what I mean? Things look
Mhm.
so perfect and beautiful on the outside, but they're tortured on the inside. I find that fascinating. Yeah, me too. Uh, uh,
That probably would have been Jay's answer too if Jay was on the show. So
oh,
he is a fan of Marilyn Monroe too. Yeah, as am
oh,
I. I do thoroughly enjoy her. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I love her.
Okay,
Uh,
you ready?
yes, go ahead.
So are we ping pong
Yeah,
or are
yeah.
we
Let's
just
ping pong it up.
all right? Say 3 positive things about yourself. I know that's not a question, but it's
Oh
very hard for people.
gosh. 3 positive things about myself.
With sounding confident now, not going like
3 positive things about myself.
yes.
I'm patient.
Hmm.
I'm smart.
Hmm.
I'm funny.
There you go. See, it is a little awkward, isn't it?
Mm. I mean,
Self-love is
yeah,
so important.
it is. Very true. Very true.
Good, good. I'm sorry that wasn't a question, but I wanted to start it off.
If you were to go into the witness protection program, what would your new name be?
Oh, geez.
Mm.
Oh, does it have to be first and last,
Yes,
or
of course. Who just has a
oh,
first name?
oh, well, Sting, Madonna. Well, I guess that's not the real names, but um, I always like the name Veronica, so I
Okay.
would be Veronica Shih Tzu.
Veronica Shih Tzu.
Nobody would ask any questions. Nobody would. It's a name that says "Don't talk to me."
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Spot on.
Okay.
You, you,
Okay.
you killed it, Boo. Yep, you got it.
Yes.
Veronica Shih
Okay.
Tzu.
Veronica Shih Tzu. All right. When a man opens a door for you, do you prefer to walk in first or have him walk in first?
No, if a gentleman opens the door for you, you walk
Yes,
in. Yes.
you walk it.
Yeah.
I've always felt uncomfortable walking in. I always felt like a man should walk in first just in case there's a robber or a situation. It's kind of a protecting factor. And I've always thought that on my own. Then I saw a TikTok on etiquette. A
Hmm.
woman was saying
I
that
saw
the
that
proper,
too.
did you?
I saw that video and I couldn't get my brain around it because then he's not opening the door for you. And I've always thought it was so rude if a guy just goes in and opens the door and walks in and you're like you're just like
Behind.
yeah, I just think it's proper manners for a guy to open. Like if you're going into a I mean, if you're opening the door to a fucking rave, that's a different story. I mean,
Right,
I mean, maybe
right.
you might want him to go first, and you'll just hold his hand as you walk through. But if
Yes.
it's in a restaurant or if it's like a place that's somewhat you know o-
I've just always
okay,
preferred, yeah,
I don't know,
them
but yeah,
to go in first. Just to like I'm always afraid I've always had this premonition that I was gonna get murdered. And seriously, I've since I was a little girl that I'm gonna die young and get
really
murdered.
at an
Yes,
Applebee's. Huh.
Yeah, at an Applebee's. I swear, if a guy's taking me to Applebee's, it's a problem.
So it's a yeah, that date's gonna end quick.
Yes, exactly. I don't even like anything at Applebee's. Do you? I hate it. I've tried so many times with Applebee's. I'm over it. I get heartburn. I'm tired of it.
No way. Well, somebody should fix that. You should write somebody about that. You should
Yeah,
write the head of Applebee's and tell them to get their shit together.
yes. I should change
Um,
my name to Karen.
Karen Shih Tzu.
Karen Shitsu. Karen Veronica Shitsu.
If you could relive any moment in your life, what would it be?
Let me think. You know what? The day that I was with my therapist and I grasped the concept of boundaries.
Mm.
And so I grew up in a very passive aggressive family, codependent family. And up until I went to a therapist at age 34, I had no idea what a boundary was.
Mm.
And so I started creating boundaries from about, it takes practice, but 35
Yep.
and up. And it changed my whole life. And so I'm so grateful for that moment of creating boundaries. It's just creating boundaries with your kids, with
Mhm.
coworkers, with really like anybody. It's just
Your
huge. It's
husband.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, for sure. I'm big on boundaries. I talk a lot about that in the clinic, so I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
That's good. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, if you were a weapon, what would you be?
Ooh, probably a machine gun.
A machine gun. So I have something else to add to this.
Mhm.
I used to be a drug and alcohol counselor.
Mhm.
That was my first job. I have a psychology background.
Mhm.
Um, and I found this exercise where you ask people, what kind of weapon would you be if you'd be a weapon? And it represents, then they say, and then it represents how they deal with their anger. So yeah, you said machine gun.
Mhm.
So you have to be skilled in using a machine gun. You can't
Mhm.
just pick up a machine gun and it's not going to work.
You cannot.
But you're going to hurt a lot. You're going to do a lot of damage. Is that how you deal with your anger, young lady?
If they deserve it, they deserve it. No, I'm just
Right?
No, I actually don't. I actually, I'm much more of a don't say anything and let I'm I'm a firm believer in karma.
Oh, right, right, right.
And I think I've become I'm not perfect by any means, but I've
Mhm.
become a such a good person that I like who I am,
Yeah.
and my process for dealing with people who've done me wrong is to just let them be, because
Mm.
nothing you say or do is going to change what happened.
Right, right,
Um,
right, right.
it's and if they're in the wrong, like, I know in any situation I gave my 110% and I can walk away with a clear mind and clear hands.
Yes.
And I think that if people's actions speak louder than words,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
if someone has ill will towards you and they're going to do it, people are going to do what they're going to do. You can't stop it, you can't change it, you can't people are responsible for their own actions and their own
Yeah,
um shit.
yeah.
So, and I just think in those circumstances, for lack of a better term, I think that, people are gonna give themselves enough rope to hang themselves with. So, I mean, I'm much more of a not
Silent
do
or
or
just
say
don't do
anything. Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe
And
like a noose.
and
Maybe a noose because that person would have to put themselves in it and hang themselves with it.
well, I just mean that. Well, you know what I mean. I just mean that people are gonna come undone by their own actions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I think something that has always stuck with me as a kid is something my papa used to say, it's all gonna come out in the wash. So,
Oh, right, right.
whatever happens, happens. So,
Yes.
but yeah.
Yeah.
But no, when you're talking about, like, weaponry and stuff, like, that's just my, like, I just love that, like, you know.
You like that gun? Do you shoot guns?
I have in the past, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, I shot one gun my whole life, and I want trained on a gun. Like, I just want to be able to be comfortable shooting it.
Yeah.
But, I'm not a big gun person, but if I
Yeah.
had to use one, I'd like to know what to do.
Yeah, I've shot handguns and rifles.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
those. It's a
Yeah,
good
been to the
feeling.
range a couple times, yeah.
Nice. That
I
sounds
just
like
like
a
I
fun.
like I enjoy the skill involved.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
enjoy the skill involved. I don't think I would ever be like an own a gun. I don't
Mm.
know that I'd be comfortable with that, but, I'd be okay if my partner has them, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
But I would have no need to own one, but I just love the skill involved. I love, like,
yeah,
the obstacle courses, the whole bit, so, yeah.
yeah. Cool. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. 5 worst places you've ever been.
Okay, this was tough for me.
Was it?
I
Yeah, it was a little iffy for me too.
Yeah, because it just brings on like some negativity, right? Like, you got to think of, oh, geez, and I don't live like that, and I don't think you do, in a mental
Right,
space of,
right.
I'm gonna hold on to all the shitty Applebee's I've been to.
There's 5
So
of them.
I'm just gonna list my five. How about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, porta potties, I
Mhm.
just can't.
Yep.
I was in a frat house one time. It was the worst.
Mhm.
The bathroom was the worst.
I bet.
Um, Abercrombie and Fitch. Have you
Oh,
ever been to one of those?
oh. Ugh.
Like,
Yeah,
so loud. Nobody wants to. You can't talk to anybody. Can't get any help. Da da da.
yeah,
Smells so bad.
it
With the
does, yeah.
one time at the local fair, at the county fair, I watched Meatloaf, the entertainer, and he's just past his prime. So him just trying to get through any kind of vocal
Mm,
range was awful.
excruciating. Yeah.
Yes. And then there was a haunted attraction called Field of Screams, and it was in the middle of nowhere, and it was a haunted like field. And if you died out there, nobody would know. Like, if the actors, we're going to call them actors, like, I was having panic attacks thinking that these actors could be real people and they could basically kill you and nobody would know. So I was just terrified.
What?
I know, but turned out it was just a paid Halloween attraction. It was
Oh,
fine.
okay, well, yeah. What? What?
But I'm like, nobody knows we're here. Like, they could just kill us. They like bust us in on like an old rickety school bus, and but that was the thrill of it. That's the thing. Like, you ride rides, you just never know if you're gonna die, but that's half the thrill of it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you die, you die. Wow, what?
Yeah. So those are
Crazy.
my five.
Um, Blue Rodeo concert. I
Blue
love
Rodeo.
I love Blue Rodeo, but that was the most boring concert I'd ever been to. I wanted to, like, I'd rather, like, pick my toenails and high school, hated high school.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
one time I was thrown up on by a patient. We had
Oh.
we had put in a nasal tube for
Oh.
in order for her to breathe, and she threw up and it came out the
Oh
mm.
no.
It
Oh.
was a different kinda smell. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was a different it was different. The ape sanctuary at the zoo,
Oh.
again, a different kinda smell. Yeah.
Did they throw poop at you?
No, but they shit in their hand and they ate it, and I wasn't, I didn't see
It's a
that
little
coming.
Silence of the Lambs-ish, you know?
It was a bit much. And my 5th and final one is here, Alone in the City. I hate it.
Oh, yeah.
I hate the city. Hate the city.
Are you not from the city?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I've traveled quite a bit,
Yeah.
but I had moved into the city for reasons before, and so that's why I'm here. But now I don't need to be. So, um,
Oh.
yeah, just yeah, I'm not a big fan of the city. I'm much more of a country girl. Love open space. Love I don't know that stuff they call grass.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
trees. You
yeah.
remember those trees? Remember those?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would never be able to live in a city. That would be too much.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'm not a fan. I mean, I could see the draw to come into the city once in a while to go to the theater, like a Broadway show or dinner or whatever. But
yeah.
living here, it's balls. Hate it.
Hopefully you get out soon.
Yeah, well, that's the hope. No.
Stay praying.
Um, you have a tip of the day, madam.
I do. And
Let's
I don't mean to get serious on anybody, but this is the thing. Like when I think of a tip of the day as something that would stick and resonate, but
mhm.
I have pet peeves, and the pet peeve I have a lot of pet peeves, but this one goes hand in hand with my tip of the day. The tip of the day is say what you mean and mean what you say.
Mm,
Don't just talk about it, be about it, whatever that may be. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to run for president. Yeah, you should walk the walk. That's, I mean, small attainable things.
yeah.
Own it. Own. If you have if you made a mistake, own that. Say sorry.
Yeah, be
Or,
accountable.
if you say you're savage boss mom, be a savage boss. Ugh, don't get me started on people with saying they're savage. It drives me insane. Anyway, anyway, say what you mean and mean what you say. How about that?
Love it. I love
Love it.
it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
That's a fabulous tip. Lori, this has been a fun, fun show.
it has.
It's
I
been
had
so
fun.
nice. It's been so nice
Yes,
to do a show with another gal.
yes. Hopefully, maybe we'll do it again. You never know.
You never know. I definitely see it happening in the future. And
Yay,
maybe next time you'll be fully dressed and I'll be in a robe.
bro. Like fashionable shorts. I think I got them at Abercrombie. I don't know. I don't know where I got them.
I love it. Thanks so much for joining me, Lori. Where can people find you on your social media if you want? Do you want to mention that
Oh,
or
it
no?
doesn't matter. I don't even know. I have two accounts on TikTok. It's I think at Lammy Lammy Moo Lammy Moo.
But
The
you
other
do
one is
makeup too, right? I didn't even ask you about that. I'm sorry. I'm such a dick. I didn't even ask
I
you about your
no.
makeup.
I always get banned on live, so I
Mm,
had to have another account to go live on.
mm.
Um, and that one's Tammy Lou too. So one's Tammy Moo. No, one's Lammy Moo and the other one's Tammy Lou too. See, I don't even know. I
Okay.
don't know. It doesn't even matter. If you find me, you find me. You'll find it. I'll go to the comments and I'll tag myself. How about that?
Sounds good. Lori,
Or
thank
just
you
ask
so much.
one.
Thank you so
Yes,
much for joining me today and
thanks.
co-hosting. I really appreciate that. We'll get
Yes,
this episode up in a few weeks. I want to make sure everybody remembers to subscribe, like, share, follow, comment. Uh,
yes,
Click the link in my bio. There's a Beacons app. You can go on and ask a question. If you ask questions, we'll answer them on the show. Before I let you go, just before I forget, tell Josh I said hi.
Oh, Josh has a really bad case of diarrhea right now. Classic Josh. I mean,
Classic Josh.
I told him not to eat that, and he's like, I got to eat it. And I'm like, ugh. So he has
Sounds
shits.
Yeah, sounds about right. He's probably pulled over on the side of the road somewhere as we speak.
I know.
Poor
Karma. Josh,
right?
like you said, karma.
Karma. Yeah, poor
Yes.
Josh.
So Josh.
Thanks, my love. Great to see
Okay.
you.
Great to see you. Take care.
Everybody have a great week and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.